It's Friday, May 8th here at the West End Gun Club. It's almost 5:30. Came out here for a pre-work range session. So I am working from home still, and today I don't have the day off or anything, so I do have to just get in and get out and get back to the home office by around 8, which is, respectable. And I do have a meeting at 9, so definitely got to be home by around 8:30 so I can prep everything for that meeting. So came out here, do some quick shooting, some testing, and then I'm gonna get out. Not many rounds. I'm not gonna put that many rounds down range, I don't think. But I forgot to bring my lantern, so I'm using my flashlight right now. It's just my rechargeable. What is that? I have no idea what that is. I think it's a Phoenix. I can't remember. Anyway, don't have my lantern with me, but the sun is. It's already light out. You can still see. You can see what you're doing out here without a lantern or anything or a flashlight. Just can't really shoot very well without it. But I think the sun should be pretty much cresting up by around 6:10 or so. But it should be shootable around 6. We got about half an hour until then, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get set up so I can get started shooting as soon as possible, so I'm not sitting out here lagging and running late to get back home. So let's get set up.
Tomorrow feels a year away, like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. The world is waiting up.
It's just before 6. It's like 10 minutes till. There's enough light out. Definitely start shooting. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a few rounds. Basically, I just made a slight leveling adjustment on my scope since the last time I brought it out, the last range vlog. And I also brought some SK long range match with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot some of that too to see how that zeros at 25 with the new configuration with the 60-minute base. I'll figure I'll run the magneto speed right now, just for fun since I have it here. And yeah, let's take a few shots. Haven't cleaned the bore, but it usually takes a few rounds to warm up. It is a little windier today, this morning than I thought it would be. It should have been under 5, but I think it's right around 4 or 5. I thought, according to the weather report, maybe like 2 miles an hour, but it's fine. For what I'm doing today at this short range, shouldn't really cause me any issues. Yeah, it's definitely breezing to 5 right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and, I know my gun is zeroed. When I bottomed out the turrets, if I bottomed out the turrets, it doesn't matter like where the zero set is or how the hash marks line up. Once I bottomed it out on the 60-minute base with the Vudoo, it's exactly at 25 yards zero right now. And I should probably record weather conditions. And if I knew how to use my Kestrel a little better, I could probably do a quick weather recording here. I think there's a way to do this. So yeah, if you buy this fancy crap, you should probably learn how to use your tools. Just saying. Don't be like me and not know the full extent of things. I can use the ballistic calculator just fine on this thing, but some of the weather stuff, like how to record the data, now I have no idea. Like other than writing it down. But I'll just go ahead and just write it down. Tried and true paper. 63 degrees right now. Humidity is 41. What's our DA over here anyway? Density altitude right now is 3,200. 16 to be exact. I'm gonna get my notebook. A non-shooting related topic. For the past 3 years, I've been trying to do this thing called bullet journaling. Google it. Somebody made it up. It's kind of just a note-taking type a workflow or a format or how should I say, a framework. I'm not doing true bullet journaling because I don't know. The way I the way I tackle things as far as tasks are concerned, the bullet journaling as it's defined in this guy's book, it doesn't really, it doesn't fit the way I work. So, I mean, I tried to adjust to it, but now I kind of I modified it in terms of how I do my journaling and like how I, write down my tasks for the day and all that stuff. But yeah, I've been doing that for the past 3 years or so. And it's kind of handy. I mean, it's nice because you get lost in the whole digital aspect, and it's worse when you especially when you're trying to work with all these different tools like Outlook, O365, and whatnot. So it's nice to just have a kind of a hard copy, paper and pen type method of recording things. So it's just a little bit more, I think, sensible in my opinion. What I was trying to do this morning is just a generic ladder test. You can see my windage is not all that great for some reason this morning, although I'm seeing some deviation here at 25 yards, so the wind might actually be a little stronger than we're thinking. Got a little sloppy here. Not sure. This is 0.2 of a mil difference. I shot here, then I adjusted 0.2 and it's here. So I'm not sure if that's explaining some of this horizontal deviation, but I sort of did a quick ladder test just to check confirm the turrets. I'm going to measure this when I get home. This target is not exactly level, but I'll draw a straight line through it from the top to bottom. This is sort of the 0. Then I went up in 1 full mil increments up to like 10, and I went to 5 mil increments to like 15. Sorry, did I do 15, 20, and 25? So yeah. I actually ran out of board, so I think I was shooting over the top anyway, but this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I went to 15, then 20, and I don't have enough board for 25 and 29, so it is what it is. But I'll just measure this real quick when I get home just to see the spacing and see if it's about on par. Should have got a taller target, to be honest. This is not tall enough for 29 mils at 25 yards, or 29 mils in general, but doesn't matter, 25 yards, but 29 mils. And yeah, we'll see what that measures when I get home. I'm gonna shoot some SK long range match on this right side and then call it a morning, so I can pack up and get out here and not run late. Gonna go ahead and run through a few groups of SK long range match. Also want to get some velocities again out of this. Number one, we're just seeing where our 0 is on this gun with SK long range match. It shoots hotter, so in theory it should be shooting higher on target, my point of impact, theoretically. Let me see here. My bag setup here is not all that ideal. We'll see if I can get proper pressure on here or preload. I am 0.2 right from what should be mechanical no wind 0. Sorry, not mechanical, but just no wind 0. Definitely, whoa, that was, you kind of heard that one go. Yeah, that was 39. The last shot was 11:01. Sorry, the previous shot was 11:01. This shot was 11:39. You could tell based on the crack, it was very, very fast compared to the other shots. That one was dacked down to 11:01, but still printed high on target. I'm gonna go ahead and push that target out quickly to 50. I got a few minutes that I can spare. Put a couple extra pacers on there, and then shoot this SK long range match, and then call it a morning. That group at 50 yards is less than an inch, but It's definitely not 7 away. Shoot another group here. I think I heard some tires. Somebody driving through. I haven't heard anybody all morning. It's just after 6:30. I figured there'd be more people out here on a Friday morning. I think last Wednesday when I came here, was last Wednesday? Yeah, it might have been last Wednesday I came out here. There was quite a few cars rolling in right after I did on a Wednesday, which is surprising. Shooting wide still. Getting some left to right. Well, that wind must be playing into this quite a bit. Yeah. Before we pack up and get out of here, I did want to show off this Kahles Parallax spinner. They had these at SHOT Show on display at 2020 because this is a new product, and ended up picking one up. I think a few vlogs back I showed off the MK Machining one, which is a polymer based one. It looks almost 3D printed, but this Parallax spinner wheel is a lot better. It's like Parallax spinner rather. It's a lot better because it has the markings already printed on there for you. So I had to put Sharpie markers above because they were blocking. It was blocking the markings on the turret, but the Kahles one actually lets you still lets you see the markings on the scope, and you also got more on the top. So it's really cool. It's a little bit pricey. It's just under $60 compared to the MK Machining. MK Machining, is that MK Machine or MK Machining? I think it's MK Machining. That company, theirs is only 20 bucks. So you're paying 3 times as much for the Kahles Parallax spinner, but this is made out of aluminum, and you get the pre-printed markings on there for you, and you can still see it from on the scope as well. So I like this thing. It's nice if you have a Kahles K525i. I think they make them for all their scope line. So definitely looking to get one if you feel like you need that extra leverage on there, because without it, it's kind of hard to turn this knob because it doesn't have this knurling on it. And if your hands are slick, if it's hot and your hands are sweaty or whatever, or it's raining, you need to have this extra leverage. So I did have to grind down the bottom parts of this. You probably can't see it with this if this camera can focus, but just because it's hitting my scope ring, so I made some clearance there just in case, so I don't have any problems there. It's not a big deal. I just hit it against the grinding wheel real quick, sanded it down on all 3 levers. But I do have some photos on my blog at okfj.net for this Parallax spinner, so if you want to see more of it, go check it out there on my website. Just gonna walk out to the target, give you an idea of kind of what we're shooting into when we're at the 50 yard distance here. I mean, it's got this kind of cutout into the hill, and so I'm not sure how the wind is affecting it as it hits against the side of this and kind of comes back. But getting a little wild here with the SK long range match at 50. That was a 50 yard group. 5 rounds, I think. This might have been, no, that was 9 rounds, I think. That was 10. It looks better up close, but definitely a lot bigger than you would hope at 50 yards. Here's 5 rounds of Center X and another 5 rounds. I was coming up and down the last 5 group, but this is kind of respectable, what you expect out of Center X at 50 in the Vudoo. You know, that's just without trying. Got a little wild here, but anyway, that's it for the morning. Let's go ahead and pull this in and get out of here. All packed up, about to get out of here. I hear motor over there somewhere. I don't know if the range staff is doing some kind of weed abatement or, you know, cutting some trees or something, but it's kind of noisy over there. Yeah, not much went on today. Again, I was just doing some sort of doing a quasi ladder test. Just wanted to check retest something because I made a slight leveling adjustment on my scope. But outside of that, not much else. Very short session, shot for maybe an hour at most, and that's kind of it. I know it's kind of uneventful right now. NRL 22 matches we canceled one in May. There wasn't, I guess there was a course of fire because they canceled national match or the national championship. But we didn't have them. We're not going to have one this month. We canceled, yeah. So we missed March, we missed April, and we're going to miss May. I anticipate. I don't think we're going to have one in May. The season, you can register for NRL 22 for 2020, 2021. As far as I know, the primary match director for the club for the PBR or Precision Bolt Rifle, and then NRL 22 is under that. I think he's going to put in an application or get us a hold for an NRL 22X match. If you're not familiar with NRL 22X, it's a new format or a new, basically it's NRL 22 kind of extended. So it's going to be a formal match that will go beyond 100 yards to 22. So we're gonna try to hold one here at West End Gun Club. No details yet on that, but I anticipate we should have at least one NRL 22X match for the season. That's kind of all the news I have for there. I will most likely head out to Palmdale to Desert Marksman to actually shoot some longer range 22 now that I have the scope set up with a 60-minute base, and we'll try to do 500 yards. Look forward to that. So that's probably going to be my next range trip. We'll see when I can do it. Given, however things may be working out. The range is open technically, so you can go out there. It's a private range facility, so it's not like it's under any sort of restrictions as of yet, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it for today. Today is March 8th. Let me just check my watch real quick. Yeah, March 8th here at the West End Gun Club. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next vlog.